Hi guys, I know it's kind of early and I just released another video. However, there's been an emergency announcement, and if you couldn't tell or if you can't see, although there's a little bit of it like written out in English here, we don't actually know exactly what they say. We don't have the exact English translation. However, someone, I guess from the community or something like that, did end up translating it a little bit. Long story short, I'm just gonna go through and read it a little bit, kind of give my initial reactions. I heard this is just in response to all the concerns regarding awakening and stuff. This is really iffy. I'm concerned. I haven't read exactly what it is, but surely this is addressed or something good comes from this. Let's just get right into it. Okay, so first and foremost, let me drag this down a little bit. The message reads, hello, this is the EpicSeven team. First and foremost, we would like to express our deepest apologies for creating great confusion and concern to the many successors who love E7 with the potential awakening update announcement. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm glad they announced, or I'm glad they addressed it. Only took a couple days, which maybe you could argue they should have done faster, but getting an address or having them address it at all is more than we've asked for, or more that they've delivered for other things in the past. So great, perfect. After announcing the update, we urgently reviewed the opinions received from our successors through various channels, Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Discord, whatever, and would like to provide additional information on the following matters. Regarding awakening the potential of new heroes, many successors have raised concerns about newly introduced heroes being released with potential awakening added by default. Okay, so they're talking about like the new character, specifically the line that says that the awakening thing, if you didn't see with like all the Ravi stuff where you get the additional awakening plus, every new character was supposed to have that after the release, although their initial intentions were to release it to buff old characters like Ravi, Crow, and Closer Charles. Furthermore, this was a decision that did not fully consider the burden that successors would feel when a new hero was released. I'm not gonna like keep pausing every single moment. However, this is an absolutely insane oversight. I don't know how they even saw the release of characters or how they've released characters for 4 years and didn't think to themselves, yes, well, actually, if you want to upgrade a character once a month, by the way, this is all Smoggate's decisions, like not to like grill them too hard, but to say, oh, we didn't realize it would be hard to upgrade more than one character a month when we ourselves are the ones that are releasing more than one character a month based on this system, at least. Okay, sorry, just a bit of a rant. I cannot believe that they're saying like we did not consider that it would be hard to keep up with. Whatever. We sincerely apologize for any anxiety this may have caused. Okay, we will not proceed with the awakening potential of new. Oh my god. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, okay. All right, that's great. That's I think what a lot of people cared about. This is like great news. I think a lot of people were just concerned about whether or not, like, or basically how you'd even keep up with this. Because in all honesty, I can't imagine a world where you would be trying to upgrade characters like Crow, which, by the way, you only have one character that you can awaken a month, right? Based on the information that's been given. And just simply off of that, even if you were to argue that some of these old characters like Crow, if you're going to argue towards like the imprint system being bad or something like that, they already, like, you may argue that you already have imprints for those characters because they're so old, but there is no argument whatsoever as to how you could justify giving imprints like B and Triple S imprint a new skill effect when they're on new characters. Like, you would just have to pull the new character. That's unrealistic. That's just atrocious. I don't like that. I'm glad they changed it. Furthermore, it says, we will not proceed with awakening the potential of new heroes, but we'll give more existing heroes the opportunity to awaken their potential regardless of their origins. I like the fact that they're doing this to older characters, but the kind of the thing that we still have to talk about and discuss and figure out is, how is this going to impact like the imprint thing? Are they going to address anything with the imprints? That's a huge thing that I think a lot of people have been addressing or been concerned about. Gaining upwards of, I think, of 120% stat, 50 to 120% stat. Gaining the new skill effect or like the additional effect on top of the awakening like bonus that you get on like the third awakening plus star. But okay, future direction of are they not going to address it? We will also painfully accept the opinion that the process of collecting the opinion of successors during the update process was insufficient. Okay, translation issues might be a thing here, but we painfully accept the opinion that the process of collecting the opinions of successors during the update process was insufficient, as it 99.99999% of the time always is, and seek ways to improve it. I'm just gonna say it. If you don't want to have a test server, or if you don't want to have a direct dialogue between the developers and the and the community and the content creators in large, you're just gonna have all this negative reception every single time you release a bad update. Because the honest to God truth is that we don't get previews to the change that often, or when we do, it's like, hey guys, here's the things that we have in plan or in store. Like, do you think we should change anything? Let us know. And what they end up doing is just releasing it. And then after all the backlash comes back, maybe a week or two after, then they get nerfed, or then they get adjusted. But because there's no advising, there's no questioning, there's no real evidence to indicate that they care about the community opinion, or they're listening to the community opinion before they release things like this, we're always in this cycle of, let's release really, really insane, ridiculous content that hasn't been like tested in any way, shape, or form. Like no beta testers, no community members, no whatever it is, even have an idea or can even gauge or give opinions on how they feel about the new content. They just release it. Long story short, like, I apologize for a bit of the rant, but it's just time to have an open dialogue through some other means. Saying sorry for having bad lines of communication or being bad at communicating gets old. It gets stale. There is no way that the community members are going to continue just accepting that they've made, like, that Smilegate, I should say, is making mistakes and that they'll improve for the future. Because they haven't even outlined what, like, the new channel that they're going to try and receive feedback from us is. I don't know if it should be like a weekly, like a weekly poll or something, or like a live stream that they additionally have to receive feedback and have people like assess how they feel about it, get like feedback from creators in like China or Korea or in general. I don't know what the best way to do it is, but if I guess like actions speak louder than words, I'm gonna need them to say more, or I'm gonna need them to show more than this, because if they're just saying that they're gonna look for ways to improve it, that means nothing to me. In addition to the matters mentioned above, we are thoroughly checking all situations of concern, including the direction after the potential Awakening update, selection of Awakening target, direction of balance adjustment, expansion of supply and demand for memory convenience, and okay, so in essence, they're looking at all the other aspects. I mean, at the very minimum, I'm glad that they obviously removed, or they can obviously see with their own two eyes, that this was a bad idea to have like Awakening to new characters. That's a terrible, very, very not thought out, or very poorly thought out feature that they added, and I'm glad. We promise to continuously review and apply improvement plans to reduce the burden of developing heroes and minimize difficulties by considering all perspectives, including the growth gap between successors. We are very sorry for causing concern to the many successors who love E7. We will listen to the words of our successors and do our best to become a better EpicSeven. So, I just have to, elephant in the room. They said a lot without saying much. They said that they're gonna go ahead and look back at what was addressed, and if they do that, then I'm happy for them. I'm like, great, but you can keep putting out fires. The only way to stop this fire is for us to have an actual line of communication. There needs to be like a dialogue, a conversation, like, hey, this is the kind of content that we're going to be putting out. Like, do you think this is fair? Do you think this is not fair? Like, it has to be a reliable source of, here's what our initial testing is going to be for this content, into community think, wow, this is unbelievably unbalanced, or wow, this is really great and we should continue in this direction. I don't know or have the exact solution to how they should improve these communication channels. I've seen other games in the past. Again, I don't know if any Korean game or Korean developer game has this, but a test server, some sort of dialogue where they preview what's going to be addressed, like ask for opinions or ask for feedback from the community. Anything in between, I think, would be better than this. Basically what I'm saying, guys, is this is a great announcement because it means that, you know, obviously we're not going to have all the end of service new additions to the game that I guess they were initially going to add. But now it's not, you know, it's not time for us to relax quite yet, because if they're not going to add anything else in terms of being transparent with us as the community, then this is just going to be another line of, or this is going to be one of the other 1,000, 100, dozen, whatever exaggeration of mistakes that they're going to make in the future. And I hope that's really not the case. I hope I'm wrong. I beg that I'm wrong, and that they find some new way or develop a system so that we don't feel like we're just talking to a wall or an imaginary force in the sky. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, turn the notification bell, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this news. As I mentioned previously, the exact translation is obviously a little bit off, but you can kind of get what they mean. It looks like they're working on things. They haven't said anything else. There is only the announcement at the time of this recording in, I believe, in Korean, just to be sure. I'll include a link to this article, or a link to this post, in the YouTube description if you're curious about it. But anyways, guys, that's it. Make sure to check out the rest of my socials: Discord, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all that jazz. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios.